Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the new summer vibes in the light blue line from Dolce & Gabbana. Yes, another year, another light blue flanker. We are going to smell the Pour Femme and the Pour Homme, and we're going to compare them to the originals. It seems to me, at least from what I've noticed, that this year has gotten the flanker release this year. The summer vibes has been getting a lot of hype and attention online, but I did just put this in my 5 I love, 5 I hate, and I did say that I hated this, but not because the scent was necessarily bad. I did say that. It's just that when I smelled the Pour Homme version for the first time, I was really expecting something totally different than what it is. I basically just put it on my hate list because it was just such a letdown for me, because I was like so excited. When I smelled it, I was like, but we're gonna get into it. And like I said, I have Light Blue Intense here. We're gonna compare the two and see what the difference is, and then we're gonna go over the Pour Femme. So let's jump into it. I already mentioned the packaging this year is probably the best flanker release ever. Probably the best bottle in the whole entire light blue line. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it was inspired by like Greece or something, or Italy, obviously. I mean, of course, you know, you think Italy, but I don't know, for me this feels like Greek islands, kind of, you know, like Mykonos, that blue and white combination. Definitely feels like Europe, definitely feels like summer vacation, and it's really beautiful. It's kind of like this almost like ceramic finish, very different than any of the past bottles. So light blue, summer vibes, Pour Homme. Let's spray it. In the air. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna tell you guys now that I've had a couple more encounters with this, so my thoughts have changed a little tiny bit. I've spent more time with it. I did testing with it when I picked up the bottle, and online the note listing is pretty basic. It just opens with Sicilian lemon with a mid of cypress and a base of amberwood. Very, very simple note breakdown, which I understand because the fragrance itself it's pretty simple. It's not the most complex smelling thing. So I think what was the big letdown for me was I was expecting like the name Summer Vibes, the bottle is so blue. I was really expecting, maybe it's just the trend of the summer has been like really fruity, kind of fresh, musky fragrances. I was really expecting something sweeter and something brighter, fruitier. This does open very bright. Basically, this opens very nice, but it's very green. You get the cypress more than anything. It doesn't feel like, you know, you're on the beach and you're on summer vacation. It feels like you are inland. Like you are in the mountains or something. Like you are walking through a forest, basically. There is that Sicilian lemon in the opening, but it's really not that sharp. It's not really like a punch in the face of citrus. It's more in the background for me. And it is pretty woody with amberwood as well, but basically it's just that cypress. And it's not like an overly sweet cypress. I've smelled perfumes before that have been kind of like Christmas tree, pine, cypress, like Fraser fir kind of smells. But most of them that I've smelled that are like that are a little sweeter. This is not very sweet. The only small amount of sweetness you get is from the lemon. It is very realistic, thankfully. Like, I hate it when brands put in this like lemon and it's really synthetic and overly sweet and really sharp. This is a much more subtle lemon. Like I said, I put it in my top 5 that I hate. I don't hate the fragrance. I hate that I was let down, but this smell itself is not bad at all. It's not the most amazing thing that ever hit the market, but it's not bad at all. No one is going to, I think, particularly dislike this, so you're definitely not going to offend anyone by wearing it. It's actually a really perfect fragrance if you're the kind of guy that likes to be very mild with his fragrances. Like, you don't want something that is super loud, super obnoxious or out there, something that's not going to get a lot of attention, because this is definitely not going to get a lot of attention. You smell good, but you're not going to be like having this giant cloud around you, you know, people walking past you being like, oh wow, who is that? That's my impression of the light blue summer vibes. I want to compare it to the original. This isn't the OG, it is the Eau Intense version of light blue, which is said to be one of the most iconic, staple-worthy in your collection summer fragrances, which I agree totally. I love Light Blue Intense. I know it's had its time in the fragrance community, but I still really love it, and I think it's very sexy. So this opens up very differently for me than the summer vibes. This one is much crisper and fresher, a lot more citrus than in the summer vibes. Summer vibes to me, it smells much more green than blue aquatic like Light Blue Intense is for me. Light Blue Intense has that really nice salty feel to it, like those mineral notes. It just feels like you're on the beach, like it's the most perfect summer vacation beach day fragrance for a man that you could possibly buy. The price is amazing. I got this bottle on, I think, Fragrance Net for, I think it was $40 something, like so good. This is a 1.6 ounce bottle, amazing deal. I'll leave it linked in the description if you're interested in that. Summer Vibes feels more green versus Light Blue feels a lot more blue, a lot more aquatic. For me, Light Blue is like you're sitting at the beach in Positano or something, and then Summer Vibes is like you're hiking around Lake Como or something, or in the mountains of Italy. Like it feels, it's like a very musky mountain breeze. But you can definitely tell that the Summer Vibes is a part of the Light Blue line. It has a very similar DNA to it. It's just the biggest differences between the blue and the green, basically. What I really like and came to appreciate about Summer Vibes is that Summer Vibes for me feels more, it's quieter, but it also feels more refined and elegant and elevated. It's a much more put together fragrance than Light Blue Intense. Light Blue Intense for me feels like just something that you just throw on. It's casual, you can pull it off during the day. It's just an easy dumb grab versus Summer Vibes is more like, I don't want to say occasion, but like a dinner fragrance, summer night fragrance. It's something that I feel requires a bit of an occasion. Like there's a reason that you're wearing this. Like you might be going to a nice lunch or something, a nice dinner or a meeting or a coffee date or something. But for me, Light Blue just feels like, oh, I'm just running out the door, a couple spritz of this and I'm good. And Summer Vibes feels like it's a little nicer, it's a little more put together. So that's my side-by-side comparison of those two. For me to pick a favorite, that's gonna be really hard, but I probably have to go with the original. I'm sorry. But you can't beat the bottle. Like the bottle is so nice. Like this just in itself is almost worth the purchase. I prefer the scent of the Eau Intense. So now we will move on to the Pour Femme. I actually have a travel size of the original, not the Intense, just the Light Blue Eau de Toilette. This one, the Pour Femme, is one that I felt madly in love with when I smelled it. I really enjoyed it versus the Pour Homme. And comparing it to the Eau de Toilette, I used to have a bottle of it and I used to wear it to the gym, basically. Before I was ever really into fragrance or making videos about fragrance, I had I think it was actually like a Dossier dupe of it. Yeah, it was some sort of dupe of Light Blue Intense or Light Blue Eau de Toilette that I would wear when I went to the gym. It was the only time that I wore it. And so I didn't really know anything about it, but I kind of skipped over it. And I know that it's a staple for a lot of people in their fragrance collection. For a lot of women, it's a very like nostalgic, comforting scent. But once again, the design of the bottle is just beautiful. I love it so much. I love that ceramic, very Mediterranean style. So this one in the note breakdown is also very simple, has Calabrian bergamot with a mid of peach and a cedar base. And this one opens very, very, very creamy and citrusy and very gourmand. It's almost kind of like a lemon gelato feeling or like a limoncello. It's very sweet. It's like a very vanillic lemon. It's not really very dimensional at all, but it is very, very pleasant. And it is a lot denser than the original. There's a lot more weight to this. I think that's a huge complaint about the original Eau de Toilette is just that the lasting power is absolutely zero. I feel like with this one, it is better. Maybe not a lot better, but at least a little bit better. And I just imagine myself like in Venice, like having lunch, overlooking the canals or something. Like it's really the perfect scent for vacation, because for me it feels like something that, although it is very simple, not very complex, it's very easy to wear for any situation. I think it'd be perfect being a tourist and just walking around. It's perfect to wear for that, or if you want to dress it up to go to dinner, I think you could do that as well. It just screams femininity. It just screams summer vacation. It is legitimately summer vibes. I love it. And I think this one is also pretty ageless. I think the Pour Homme was a little more mature, but this one I think is truly ageless. I think any age could wear this. And I want to compare it to the original really quick. So once again, you can tell the similarities between the two. Like they obviously belong to the same fragrance line. That DNA is definitely there. This one opens a lot lighter. There isn't as much creaminess to this. It's much more like airy, effervescent than Summer Vibes. And this one, honestly, the Eau de Toilette feels a little more dimensional. It feels like there's some more going on. It feels a little like more floral, a little woodier. It's almost like in Summer Vibes, they took the base of the original Eau de Toilette and they took away all those extra elements of the florals and the woodiness and just added this this creamy vanillic feeling. But for me, Summer Vibes is very, very appealing, very mass appealing. I like light blue, but I don't know if it's just, I'm tainted from it because I used to wear it to the gym all the time. I don't know if that's just like what I picture it for. There's nothing really like beautiful about it, I don't think, versus like I said with Summer Vibes, it smells like a feminine, beautiful woman. Creamy and gourmand and lovely. And this is just, it's just clean and fresh. I don't know. Maybe a little bit older too. So once again, I definitely would say that I prefer the Summer Vibes. Well, I 100%, no question about it, prefer the Dolce & Gabbana Summer Vibes in the light blue versus the Eau de Toilette. It's just stunning, absolutely beautiful, very fun for summer. And if you like the original Eau de Toilette, definitely give this one a try. I know that in the past years, some of the flankers have been letdowns for a lot of people, but I think that if you really enjoy the light blue line, you will really like this year's flanker release. So make sure to check it out. I found it in Ulta, it's in Sephora. I think they have it at Macy's as well. I saw it, so just go out and try it. I'll leave some links below for you guys as well. So please leave a comment below what you think of the new Summer Vibes fragrance line by Dolce & Gabbana. What do you think about the original light blue? I would love to hear your thoughts. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.